All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Wouldn't it be lovely? I don't think that people really understand how much I'm in love with these songs and with this music. It just makes me happier than nothing else. I took one look at you. That's all I meant to do. And yet my heart stood still. My feet could step and walk. My lips could move and talk. And yet my heart stood still, though not a single word was spoken. I could tell you knew that unfelt clasp of hands told me so well you knew. I never lived at all until the thrill of that moment when my heart stood still. I guess I was first attracted to this music the first time I heard Billie Holiday sing. I was probably about 15 years old, and I just fell in love with the passion in her singing and the passion in these songs. I love anything that has history to it, anything that has a story. So it was just so natural for me to fall in love with these songs. I love the challenge of trying to deliver a lyric so that it touches the audience. I want them to understand the magnitude of every word that I'm singing. Though not a single word was spoken, I could tell you unfelt clasp of hands told me so well you knew. I never lived at all until the thrill of that moment when my heart stood still. it's funny because my mother was very religious growing up, and I wasn't allowed to listen to any secular music. So I would sneak and listen to the radio, and I would tune into Temple Jazz or Sid Mark, Sound of Sinatra. And when she caught me, I was really surprised because I thought that she was just going to totally, freak out on me. But what I didn't know was that my grandfather, who had died, many years before I was born, he was an amateur jazz singer. And it was just really funny that I had this connection to him, even though we had never met, and we loved the same music. And she continued to, allow me to listen to the music. I wasn't allowed to listen to, the pop music of my generation, so no New Kids on the Block, but Billie Holiday was fine. And I really did learn this music like it was my generation's pop music.
First look at them, their eyes. You got to look you at them, their eyes. It made me feel so happy, they made me feel so blue. I'm falling, a great big wave for you, cause my jump. You sure so look at them, their eyes. Better watch them if you're wise. They sparkle, they bubble, they're gonna get you in trouble. Them, their eyes. I can love you first look at them, their eyes. You got to suck you with, look at them, eyes. Make me feel happy, make me feel so blue. Great big wait for you, my heart is jump and start something. Watch them if you're wise. Sparkle, pop, a whole lot of trouble. There, eyes, smell of you, now look into those eyes. You guys are look you with blue in their eyes. Make me feel happy, make me feel so blue. In a great big way for you, my heart is jump and start something. Watch them if you're wise. Sparkle, bubble, whole lot of trouble. Oh, baby, them their eyes.
Some of my biggest influences are the obvious ones: Sarah Vaughan, Carmen McRae, Nancy Wilson, but also Anita O'Day has had a huge influence on me. Shirley Horn, Etta Jones. I just love singers who can really tell a story and who can swing. I guess I'm just really intrigued by the stories within the story, and that's sort of what I try to get at when I'm singing these songs is, there's obviously just a surface sentiment to the lyrics, but there's always something so much deeper. I always try to get to the heart and the essence of what every single word means. And, what seems like a song that's maybe just about heartache actually takes you on sort of a ride of all these different emotions. And I think that's the reason why this music has stood the test of time, is because there's just so much to them. There's just such depth to this music, and I think that needs to be remembered.
What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do?
I haven't even scratched the surface of really understanding this music. It's all about embracing the process, and I'm just along for the ride, and I hope that it takes me the rest of my life, to figure it all out.